I just I'm going to edit it down. If I don't press
Okay, yeah.
record now, I forget to do it in a minute. So I just hit
Okay.
record.
And but anyway, so and then with that, it was at a time of trauma in my world that I went to a friend and I just said, I need some help with what's going on here. And she said, so she channeled in my niece, Janelle, and that passed away 12 years ago. And my niece said, Auntie, put your pen to paper. You're going to start to write. So in that moment, I started to write, and it was 16 pages of information from Janelle. And it was, it's called automatic writing experience. And that's how my channeling began, like in a moment of strife. So I tell people, you know, everybody is different how they're going to receive it. You don't need to sit and meditate. It depends on you, what's meant for you in your blueprint, right? So, and in that, I started going from writing it to speaking it to now speaking it fully and fluently. But the beauty of what for whatever reason, mine comes out in a poetic fashion where everything rhymes. And I'm not a poet. I've never written poem. That's not my thing. But right from the very first writings, I'm like, whoa, that rhymes. Like, how interesting. And I'm a very visual person. So now with my Facebook page, which my niece encouraged me to start about a month ago, because I only did this for certain people. I only did it at my wellness retreat. My family did not even know to the fullest ability of what I was doing because I just kept it sacred to me. And she
Mm.
said, Auntie, if you don't share your truth, how can anybody else find theirs? And
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. So she
Wow.
composed the post for me to put online. It was the time change here in Alberta. So November 4th, whatever it was. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, she had me up. She wouldn't leave me alone until I composed it all. And I put at the very end, for those that do not believe, I give you grace. Because Janelle and the 11,000 other souls
Yes.
have shown me more than, right? And your time will
Wow.
come where you do understand, because of course there's different religions that don't believe. And I have a lot of friends of different belief systems.
Yes.
And with that part that Janelle added at the end, for whoever you are, I give you grace. It
Yes.
completely changed the whole vibration of the
Wow.
post. And it had nothing but absolute beauty fall into that.
Yes.
Um, because exactly they've showed me if all of us if everyone in your world, in your circle was lined up against the wall and
Yes.
you mark their height from the floorboards all the way to the ceiling, like you would with a child on a door
Yes.
jam, that shows their level of spirituality. And in
Wow.
that, you find grace for people and know that we all started we were all at one of those points at some time.
Yeah.
And that just completely changed everything for me because
Yeah.
I would find people come out to my wellness retreat and they were just like turning their nose up at everything. And I'm like, what are you doing here? I'm like, this isn't for you.
It's
And, but
funny, isn't it?
they all got to start somewhere, right? And,
Yeah.
so the channels that every channel I learned something from, there's a gift for me in every channel. There's a gift for you, there's a gift for whoever we share it with, because
Mm.
it's going to resonate with everybody. It's never
Mm.
just about I as individual, it's
Mm.
about us as a group, where who's going to learn
Mm.
from the words that are shared. So
Yeah.
it's been an incredible journey, absolutely discovering what it is that I'm meant to discover in this time. So I just wanted to share. So once I'm tapped into a call, things will just start to come in. But I wanted to share that I was at a big group event last night, and there was a lady there that was quite stricken with she'd gone to a medium. So again, a medium, they see things like a white poodle or a red dress, and
Yes.
it's more of a conversationalist. Whereas with the channeler, it's me myself sharing as a conduit. But she'd been to a channeler that said to her, or sorry, a medium that said to her, "Your dad is telling you that he's trying hard to forgive you." And she was just stricken. This lady was in her 60s, and she's like, I never did anything to my dad. Like, I can't shake that
Wow.
reading. I can't shake that message that lady gave me years ago. And I said, a channeler or a medium or a conduit is only as good as who they are in their physical being.
Mm.
So if they are, so don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't eat sugar. There's many things I don't do to keep my body in its purest
Yeah.
state. There's long sleeve and there's short sleeve channels, or inner outer circle channels is what I've been guided in these channels. So if I was speaking to you with alcohol in my body, I'm only going to reach the outer circle, and it's going to resonate with my energies. So there may be
Mm.
like more of a negative connotation, but it's not the spirit, the soul sharing that, because they're only ever of pureness. It's the conduit themselves that's putting that slight on there.
Yes.
And I'm feeling prompted to share that because a lot of, if I have groups out of my wellness space, say 40 of them a summer, there's maybe one in every group that's like, man, I had a bad experience. I'm like, no, oh, the people that are conduits that are discovering they need to understand their body is a beacon and they need to be in the pure form in order to receive and give pure messages. And I think that's an important message to share because some people have been turned off of their journeys or discovering more about themselves through these modes of communication because of a bad experience, but it's never the entity that's being channeled in that's doing that. It's the conduit in the middle, kind of like a plug-in that's not working fully,
Yeah.
and to just find somebody that is a walking masterpiece of who they are, that takes the time to cleanse and clear and be to the fullest of themselves and not just, somebody on the street corner trying to make a buck, right? So for the first 10,000 channels that I did, I never charged anybody anything because I was still discovering all of my fine tunes and fine turns of how this needed to be. Because in the beginning they were choppy as I stepped into everything that needed to be right. And with that discovering no gluten, no sugar, I wasn't a drinker anyway, but this cannot be in here because it's a low vibration and I'm trying to get up here, right? So it just doesn't serve. So for some reason I'm feeling compelled to share that. And I'm not sure why, but the conduit in which who you connect with, because we're all conduits to understand they need to be in as pure as a form as you are higher in order to really receive the messages that are shared. So
Thank you for
yeah, so
sharing
that's a
that.
little
Yeah, I
bit
think
about that.
that's
Mhm.
really helpful too, because I think that because we're doing this and so that we can show this to others as well, because I think a lot of
Right.
people are turned away because they've had bad information or heard bad things, and it's
Yes.
very different when it's very pure. So thank you for explaining that.
Mhm. Yes, and so yeah, so I just was with that. A good friend of mine, Shirley Benson, she's animal communicator here in Canada, works out of South Africa and through the States with the white lions, etc. And she was one that taught me the gift of then tapping into animals, into the wind, into the water, to the mice, to the robins, to like everything, because everything is
Oh,
energy,
yes.
and really expanding the wisdom of what I received, because of course not just humans can communicate, every soul can communicate, and horses are her passion, and that was one of the first animals that she had me start to channel in, and it's incredible the stories that they share of their life and just wanting to be seen as the majestic animals they are and not just a horse in the pasture, right? So
Yeah.
so yeah, they share beautiful messages that humans in a way cannot fully embrace or fully expand to this type of message because we're humans having a human experience, so there's always an ego in that space
Mhm.
where animals of course don't have that ego, so the messages come off in a different form
Yeah.
altogether when it is an animal
Mhm.
that I'm channeling. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing, whether it's end of life or the beginning of a life or wanting to know what name that they want to be called. It's
Oh,
incredible what comes
wow.
forward.
Wow. So lovely.
Yeah. So yeah, so your horse today, can you remind me of the horse's name?
His name is Benny.
Okay.
Benny.
Oh yes, right, because I told you I've got a cottage at the property
That's right. You
named
did say
Benny.
that. Yes.
Yes, yes, okay. And do you have any questions for Benny? Anything that you would like to
I
know? Like,
Yeah, I have a couple of questions that I mean, I told him that we would be speaking, so I spoke to him earlier and told him that. So Benny is a very, very powerful horse. He's very, very intelligent and he's quite tricky. And he
okay,
does weird things like he bucks like a lot, and he doesn't seem to have anything wrong, but he bucks and he gets really excited on the way home on hacking and like
right.
stupid excited, like he's almost dangerous to ride. The moment you turn for home, like he's brilliant, go for 2 hours in one direction, turn around, he goes, "Ah, I'm going home now," and then he's a completely psycho. And I don't understand why. So there's a very I'm
Okay,
trying to understand why he has these slightly strange reactions to
okay,
suddenly like
interesting.
bucking randomly and like being like a homing horse. So maybe you turn for home. And yeah, and I just want to understand him better because he's 20 years old. So he's a
Okay.
wise old boy now.
Hmm.
And he's beautiful, but he's really sensitive. And he once told somebody that he wanted to help heal people. And I'm like, how? So I
Right.
don't even know if that's true, but that's what he
Okay.
apparently told somebody. So there we go. That's all we
Okay.
know about him.
All right. Okay, I will tap into him and see, and then we'll have some chat after. So when I tap in Lisa, what I do is I just take a moment and I will always open up my chakras from root to crown, just as if I'm opening a tap of for water. Um, and I'll call forward Benny, and I'll always call in source energies alongside because that's almost like giving Benny like a power boost to really make his words amplify and come through in full clarity. When I can feel the presence and the energies, you'll hear me say, please merge with me. And that's always the start of the channel. Anything after that will be Benny. At the end, when his energies are starting to rise up again, because his higher self is going to come down to meet me, I'll go up to meet him. When
Wow.
his energies start to falter, which they will, because they can only hold the dense energy for so long, you'll hear me say 13 thank yous, and that's the end of the channel.
That's
So
the end.
merge with me and 13 thank yous is the bookends. You know, and
Wow.
everything in between is Benny. The channels can range anywhere from, 9 minutes long up to 25 minutes long. It depends where he's at energetically in order to continue to pour in. I did one this morning that was about 37 minutes. So it just keeps going and going and going until they said everything that they want to say. And so yeah, let me go ahead and call in Benny. So again, my eyes are closed and word for word, I can't interfere. If he's crying, I'm crying. There's
Don't
no in
worry.
between. It's in a direct channel. So
It's
we
okay.
will
I
head on
understand.
in. Okay. In this moment in time, with our hearts intertwined, I'm calling forward the higher self of Benny, calling forward Lisa's comrade, her horse Benny, to please come forward with all of who you are, to share any words of wisdom for Lisa, anything you have on your heart, on your mind, anything regarding your change of perception, your change of energy when you were heading home, the feelings you get within, anything you want to share. I'm asking source energies to please come in alongside and for divine help to fully receive. Please merge with me. The absolute beauty of the world there resonates within me to such a deep level there. It is like the world around me runs through my veins there. It is the blood that runs within me. It is who I am there. The outer world becomes the inner world for everyone and all there, or for me, even more so, because of the way I perceive things there. I perceive things with such a gentle spirit within me there. It is hard to explain the way that I see. I feel that I view the world differently there. Of course, we all view the world differently there. There are so many of us that are aware of what is going on there. But for me, myself, and I am a completely different breed there, completely different cut of everything and all there. I am an accumulation of many lifetimes that has come to this earth side there to spill my bounty upon the earth, 200s of miles around there. Lisa speaks of my healing abilities, and that is what it is there, putting my vibration upon the earth when I run about, when I walk about, and it spreads across the earth side there. Imagine my feet stomping the ground and running as fast as I can there. The frequency and the vibration in the earth beneath me, it spreads to 100 miles around there. Every animal and person in this space there, feeling the frequency in their feet there, allowing them to stand and to see in a different way there. They suddenly may feel joy in their heart there, saying, oh my gosh, this is beautiful to feel the joy within me there. Someone may take a pause to feel the frequency there and notice an eagle flying so beautifully high in the air there. My frequency resonates everywhere. That is the gift of who I am there. That is the gift and the power of what I carry in this lifetime there. I am the power of many, and I am the gentleness of all, and I am everything in between there. This is what you need to know when you see me, when you speak to me, and when you put your hands on me there. The healer within me is something that needs to spill over there because my time on the earth is not forever, and I want to live to the fullest of who I am there. To take me for longer strides and walkabouts and have people come and see me there, just to feel the frequency upon the land of which I pour in there. This is an important time to be alive as the new earth comes upon us there. It is important that everybody's frequency is exactly where it needs to be there. Every human and every animal upon this earth there has a chance to rise and shine or to stay the way they are there. And I myself have chosen to rise and shine and to embrace all the frequencies of the earth around me there. There's many people in your world, Lisa, that are choosing the opposite there, that are choosing to curl up and to shrink up and to not fully embrace the world there. These are the people that I invite you to share me with, to help to give them a chance there, to rise and shine in a brand new way. Let me be your conduit there. You can say, here's Benny. He's my conduit for one and all there. He's going to heal your frequencies in ways you never thought possible there. He's going to simply walk about and trot about and have a run around the pasture there. But it is the frequencies within his hooves upon the earth that are going to completely change you there. There are some people that do not believe in the higher sources there, but when you speak to them of Benny, they're going to understand it there because they're going to see the majestic beauty of myself and everything that they receive there. They're going to see me, myself, and I, and the glory of who I am there. This is a way for you to be a gateway, a portal for so many there to receive healing in ways that no one else can guide them to there. There's people in your circle that are in need of counseling there. They're in need of a psychologist. They're in need of medical attention there. They're in need of community support that they are not getting there. So say to them, I have Benny, and I'd like for you to meet him there. I would like for you to meet him and just see what you see there, and let them too start to dive into their own abilities and their own beliefs to see what you see there. Let me be the conduit for everything that you need there. Allow me to be the saving grace for people that you know there. This is going to become a phenom around the world there. There's going to be horses, there's going to be dogs, there's going to be cats there that are going to become known for their healing abilities there. People see us as animals, and that's so far from the truth there. We are the works of the universe. We are the works of Creator there. If people are willing to see us for the fullness of who we are there, then allow us to pour forward in this time there. We are not meant to be gifts that are kept secret there. We are not meant to be put in the back pocket for no one to ever see or embrace there. We're not meant to be put into the kitchen drawer and only to be opened once in a while there. We're meant to be spreading our frequencies wide and far there. Karen will speak to people across the globe there about the 101 Dalmatians policy that she knows of there, where the frequencies can carry, like the movie we know of there, the 101 Dalmatians movie that everyone is aware of there. This is a frequency that is very prominent in the air there. Animals communicating and animals speaking to each other across the world there. There is no distance barrier. There is no timeline there. So if I need to communicate with horses in Canada, I can simply do it there. We can prick up our ears and we can listen there to the resolution and to the evolution and to the frequency of their words there. And in this, I can paw the ground right where I'm standing there and bring the frequency back to them that they are seeking there. Animals are healers all across the world there. We just need to be allowed to be a conduit to fully make it happen there. We create our own web space. We create our own frequency there. Imagine a doily on the Christmas table that is filled with lace there. The intricate threads and the intricate weaves upon this doily there that's placed upon the kitchen table from your grandmother there. This is the intricate web that animals across the world weave there. The birds communicating with the earthworms, and the earthworms communicating with the cats creating with the dogs, and everything in between there. There is not an animal that does not resonate with another animal there. You may see animals walking slowly down the road there that seem like they are lost. They appear that they are lost, like they have nowhere to go there. But you need to know that they're being beckoned by someone else there. They're following the frequencies of another animal that is calling them forward there. Animals are meant to roam free. not meant to be in cages or kennels, you see. They're meant to roam free so that we can communicate there and bring healing across the world in so many brilliant ways there. This is something that the entire world needs to understand there, to embrace their animals at a brand new level there, not just saying that I have a cat at home there, but to say I have a cat named Fred, and you should hear his words there. His words have healed our home. His words have healed our hearts there. His words have brought people from all around to simply see Fred there, because this is the power that the animal world, the animal kingdom holds there. And yet we are like this hidden secret of Mother Earth there. The animal kingdom is resolute, it is a resolution there. The animal kingdom is a powerful kingdom that Mother Earth holds with pride there. And yet so many of us cannot have our words shared because no one thinks of it there. Nary does a person think, I'm going to see what my dog has to say there, not understanding their dog is so much wiser than they are there. That their dog holds the frequencies of the entire animal kingdom there. And Lisa, this is what I intend for you to understand these words there, to bring these changes and to bring these words to all the community that you know there. People are going to start to view their animals in a brand new way there. They're going to start to view the animals in their home with the pride and the reverence they deserve there. They're going to start holding them on a pedestal there and allowing their frequencies to fully evolve in the newer earth as intended there. All of this will start with you, with the conversation between you two, with Karen calling me forward there, allowing my brilliance to shine in the way that it needs to there. The importance of running home there, the importance of my frequencies completely changing when you turn me around there, is because home is where my frequency beacon belongs there. I am like a lighthouse in the ocean that beckons people in there. So when my feet are not on the ground at home, who is doing this there? Who is doing the work that is intended for me to spread my gift there? If my feet are not in the pastures of home, and that is where I'm known for there. Imagine a lighthouse tower out on the sea, beckoning the ships into the safety there, and suddenly the lighthouse is removed, and it's moved 2 hours from home there. All of these ships are lost at sea, trying to find their way there, and that's because the lighthouse has moved miles from where it needs to be there. So this is my excitement of being home, of wanting to be home, of keeping my frequency within the pastures of where I'm known there, because people seek me and people see me for the frequency that I put out there. This is the excitement that I feel where I need to be on the pasture at home there, whether I'm bucking or trotting or running or whatever that needs to be. I need to emit my frequencies there. The bucking is a burst of energy that comes through me there. Imagine a lightning bolt going through your body in this time there. That is the energy that I'm receiving from across the world span there, from other animals that are seeking me, that are needing my energies there. It becomes such a phenom, such a feeling that I cannot get rid of there. That bucking it helps me expel these energies and helps me ground in there. I need to be grounded just like everyone and all for those people that like to sink their feet in the grass there. But sometimes the energy gets to be too much. And this is where I start to buck around there, trying to spread these energies around to where they need to be there, not wanting to be the only horse around that's feeling it there. So I spread the love, I spread the frequency there, and that is what you are seeing within my energies there. I meant to change the world one animal at a time there, just like Karen with her channels, with all that she does for everyone there, sharing the words of Creator, the words of Universe, the words of their guides there, to everyone across the earth plane there, lighting their light and lighting their candle and helping them find the truest of who they are there. That is what I, as a horse, am intended to do upon this earth plane there. When you share my words across the world, as you intend to do there, this is going to completely change the viewpoints of people that have animals there. This is not just a drop in a bucket. This is the entire bucket there. You're going to change the course of time in the animal kingdom there. Your reach is far, your reach is wide, and that is why Karen has come to you there to broadcast my words across the world and completely change your lives there. This is going to change your life, Lisa, is the person that connected there. This is going to change your life, Karen, in the animal kingdom there. To have your words heard by everyone and all, and to have every animal heard there. This is not just a one and done in a one-time conversation there. Every horse in this pasture, every animal in this land, across the world span there, has words to share. They have words of wisdom that would completely change the world there. We are not meant to just be animals in the pasture in the home and being held in someone's hands there. We have wisdom to share, and it's important for you to know as you take these steps forward there. All right. Oh, I think you're on mute, Lisa. Oh, I still can't hear you.
Now you can
Oh,
hear
now
me. I
okay, yeah.
didn't, I pressed the mute button by to make sure I didn't cough or interrupt your flow. That's
Okay.
incredible. And yeah, it's like he clearly he wanted us to have this conversation. That
Right, right,
he did. And he's tried to get me to talk to someone like you before, and
right.
it was like helpful, but I was left more confused. I think I've evolved. That was quite some time ago,
Mhm.
and
Right,
I've changed in what I do in my work now.
right.
So
Isn't
that
he so beautifully spoken? Oh, love his analogy of the lighthouse that he needs to be.
yeah,
Like it's like moving a lighthouse and it's suddenly like, no, I need to get back to where I need to
yes,
be because
yes,
that's where he's what he's known for, you know?
yes, yes,
That
yes.
was so beautiful. He has such a beautiful energy to channel. Like, wow, wow.
He
Yeah,
is so
very powerful.
energetic. He is, when you were
Right,
saying about the leaping in the air being part of like he almost has to like let go of his energy, that actually makes sense. He's a very hot horse. So he has a lot of energy. You know, he's like
right,
some horses are placid and chilled and they're very like they
right,
chillax. He's not a
right.
chillax horse.
Right. Yeah, he's got to have to be able to move that. He's got to move his energy
Yeah,
somehow, right?
that's really interesting.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I loved it all. I loved it all. What beautiful words.
Oh.
Like it always astounds me when I hear them speak, even like I'm in
Ye-
awe. I'm always
Yes.
in wonder of it all. There's never a channel that I'm not like, oh my gosh, that's so incredible
Wow.
because
Yeah.
they're speaking their truth. They're speaking to the purpose of their journey here, right? And
Yes.
it's always of such magnitude that it's they animals, they know who they are, they know what they're supposed to be doing, where humans that come to me,
Mhm.
they're in the beginning stages of discovering who they are, and through various channels and opportunities they really start to discover the treasure of who they are, where
Yeah.
animals know right off the get-go. They're like, yeah,
Yes.
no, I
Yes.
know who I am, and this is what I'm going to share with you, right?
Yes.
And he absolutely flowed incredible, incredible wisdom there.
Incredible wisdom. Like I've always thought of him like a wise old professor, and that's
Right,
like how he came through.
right.
Like this philosopher of life.
Yeah,
Um,
yes.
and he's such a beautiful, beautiful boy, and now and he often stands in the field like very alert, looking around. So now I can
Right,
understand a little bit more why he's doing that. Um,
right. He's picking up, like he said, his ears are perked because
yeah,
he's like listening for
yeah,
those frequencies, and it doesn't matter who's calling him in. And I loved how he said he is a healer because his frequency
yeah,
on the earth with his paws radiates for hundreds of miles around, and
yes,
somebody will
yeah,
pick it up as joy, and somebody is like, "What is this?" Right? And
yeah,
they don't know where it's coming from,
yeah.
but he's the source of that, right? Like that
Yes.
is incredible.
Yes, yes, he's definitely a very unique boy. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, and it's fascinating how I mean, like he and my dog, he's no longer with us. He taught me so much, and he died of cancer in the summer, or he died of complications of cancer, but he he had me completely change my life over the summer because I was rushing around anxious and worried and thinking about a million things, trying to start this new business and everything was crazy. And he got really sick. And then I got 6 months because we worked with him holistically. I got 6 months where it wasn't expected to live. I got 6 extra months. And
Right, okay.
it's like it was incredible how he, just like you're saying, like with Benny, he he was like he had to heal me before he left, I think. He was like,
Yes,
oh, damn, I haven't
yes,
got my work done yet. I can't go yet. I've got to get her to see. She
yes.
needs to be
Because they,
present.
because they come with a purpose as well.
Yeah.
Every dog and cat, every like domestic animal
Yes.
absolutely comes with their own purpose
Yeah.
in that family. And
Yeah.
my friend that does the animal communication, when people will come to her for animal wisdom, the animal will always say to her, whether it's a dog, cat, horse,
Mm.
it's got nothing to do with me. It's my humans that need the work, right? And she's
Yeah.
like, oh
Yes.
my God,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
because they're there with a bigger purpose again to
Yeah.
heal and help us find the
Yeah.
frequency that we need
Yeah.
to fully unfurl all of who we are, right? So
100%. Yeah. Well, now I've got to. I have something called walking with horses, but he doesn't allow me to walk him because he's too
right,
crazy. He's not.
right.
He's too like to walk with
Mhm,
people, but they can just
right.
be with him. Doesn't have to just
Yeah,
be
to
with him
understand
rather than
exactly
walking
to
him.
understand the frequency of his healing comes through the ground,
Yeah.
which Mother Earth, that's exactly the frequencies of our feet. And I did a channel regarding that, that everybody's
Huh.
footprint is individual as their thumbprint. So when you pass over, which we all will, and you're sitting in your reconciliation, which we
Yeah.
all do, you're
Yeah.
actually going to see a map of every place that you've walked because each of us carry the frequency that's pure to us within our
Okay.
feet.
Okay.
So we will be showing upon our passing, where we've traveled to. Did we leave our hometown? Did we leave our village? Did we travel the world? And you're going to see how far you've come, how far
Mhm.
you've traveled.
Yeah.
And so these people that are, that I could see coming to your property to see him, their footprints and their reconciliation will show them in the energy of Benny, and bringing the frequencies in to their feet, like it's such a powerful thing to try to explain, but just being in the beautiful energy of Benny will change them through their soles of their feet. And it may not be something they even recognize or realize until they have passed over, and Bob like be like, wow, where our footprints stop there in the awe, in the wisdom of Benny,
Yeah.
look at how the frequency within our feet change. Like they're going to see that right down to the second of
Yeah.
how their frequencies change in the presence of Benny. And
Yeah.
then, like I said, it may not be till they've passed over,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
Part of your reconciliation is understanding every moment of your journey, and that's going to be a big learning point for them.
Yes. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
incredible. That's
Yeah,
amazing. Thank you so
but
much. So
yeah,
much.
thank you. Because wow, what a great way to start the day in the wisdom of Benny. That's going to be a very well-traveled channel and words of his. Like, I'm not sure it's a powerful, what's going forward on this is going to be very powerful.
And
Um,
I
and
need to and I also want to ask you, so obviously people are going to have watched this and thought this is really, really interesting, and they would like for you to channel through with their animal or so how do people reach out to you if they would like to work with you? How do you work?
so I was doing a lot just recording things on my own time and sending it over. So say if you called me about your dog, I would do it, I would fit it into my schedule, do a recording at my home when I had a moment and send it over.
Hmm.
But the visual connection, when we are in a grouping of two or more, the
Hmm.
energy is more profound. The channels are more in depth because it's all about energy. So Zoom, has become a beautiful way to make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
WhatsApp, we can't record off WhatsApp, but people still, some prefer
Yeah.
that mode of communication.
Okay.
And some people they're more audio, so they're good with a phone call. So it just depends on
Okay.
each and every person what they prefer to make that happen. But I do, in my winter months here, I do channeling 7 days a week because come spring, my wellness retreat that I have is open again. So I'm a little more on
And
the
what's your
hustle.
wellness retreat? What's your wellness retreat about?
That was actually created from Valeside. I've got 15 acres along the river in a very secluded dead end space out in the country north of Edmonton.
Ah,
And I used to work for pharmacy for the government. And one day I had a full body knowing when I was 48 years old. I went to my very first retreat and I was told in that moment, you're going to do this. And I'm like, how? I work for pharmacy. I've got 4 kids. How it's going to work? But my niece had passed away a few years prior,
mm,
at 32 years old. And in
mm,
that, I started to channel her in once a week.
mm.
And she would say, you're going to create a space that nobody's ever seen before. And I'm
Mm.
like, how does that work? Because we automatically go to what we see.
Yeah.
And so with that, we created these little custom curved roof cottages like you would see in a child's storybook. And each one of them is a different color representing a whole bunch of
Yeah.
information. But
Yeah.
and then in that, I was told that each cottage is going to be named after somebody that's passed away.
Yeah.
So we put it out to social media, and the first 7 names that came forward were gentlemen that passed a suicide or overdose. So we've got a Benny, we've got a Tyson, we've got a Tristan, we've got a
Mm.
Kenny, and now those that group of men, we call them the keepers of the land. A group of cottages are all in a circle on the 15 acres.
Mm.
And now we call them forward with every retreat that comes out there, and they lead the retreat in an enlightened fashion. So it gets every
Beautiful.
human that comes there automatically, they're out of their own way because we're like, you know what is Kenny going to tell us to do today?
Yeah.
And they live their life in a much larger fashion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my niece said that this place would become world renowned. People from all over the earth would come to put their feet in the grass. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what's occurred. We've had people, you know, from far as Sweden, from, you know, Sri Lanka that have come there because they've heard of the sacred land. They said
Yeah.
it's equivalent to Sedona in Arizona. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that space,
Yes,
but
I am. Yes, yes, I do know
yeah.
Sedona. Yeah. Yeah.
And people that have
Gosh.
come there once said down the road about 2 miles, they can feel the energies coming
Yeah.
to gather them in. So it's called Riverside Acres Retreat, and it's yeah, it's been in operation for 3 years now, just north of Edmonton, and I'm open from spring until the first snowfall.
Yes,
And
because
it's
it
about
does
all of
snow.
this
It
stuff.
snows a lot in Edmonton. My aunt used to live there, so I know it gets very cold and
Okay.
snowy.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so people come from all over the place. We've got first responders for PTSD, for trauma. We've got people that come out there for plant medicine.
Mm.
I offer the space and they bring in whatever it is they're needing because everybody's needing different things. I'm not going to dictate what I allow there. It's like everybody is welcome to share their gifts and what they're bringing. And I, you know, just offer the space for it to happen. So it's been an incredible experience. But like I said, it was all from my niece. I
Yes,
just made it happen her side.
such a
I
gift.
was the conduit for it, but she's the one that had the vision to make it happen.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. And that was
Yeah.
part of her journey. So she almost, probably if she hadn't passed over, you might not have listened to her as much in
Oh,
a way.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
whole specialty of your relationship in the way that it
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. She knew from the time she was young, she wouldn't live till she was old. From the time she was like 7, I'm not going to live till I'm old. And we're like, what? And she passed at 32 to suicide during postpartum. And but in that she found her power, she found her truth. Their
Yeah.
journey never stops. When a person
Yes.
passes over, it
Yeah.
continues in
Yeah.
an energetic form. And this is where she's absolutely risen into the
Gosh.
pureness of herself. So it's been an incredible
Yeah.
journey to watch her
Oh.
find her stride.
Yeah, how beautiful.
Hmm.
Well, I'm going to make sure that when we post this, I will have all your details underneath so people
Oh
can
yes,
reach out to you.
absolutely.
And
Mm,
so yes, make sure that you've given me all of that. I think I've got most of it, but just in case, I'll double
great.
check I've got everything.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited to see where this is going. This is a really big deal, Lisa. I mean, the feelings that I got during the channel were of just such expansion. And we can never see the expansion for what it's going to be, you and I, because we have our human bodies keeping us in a denser form.
Yes,
But what Benny can see
limited.
in the expansion, he's got like the million-mile view,
Yeah,
and it's going to change our lives. And I don't know what that is, but there is
yeah.
really
Energy,
incredible expansion coming.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's been such a
thank you. And
pleasure.
anytime you want to connect or if you've got a question or anything going forward,
Yes.
feel free to send me a message and I'd love to stay connected and hop on a call and see what's going on with Benny and everybody else.
Thank you so much. It has been such a pleasure to get to know you a little bit. And everyone who is watching, please do reach out. Everything's down below on the post wherever I posted this. So reach out and make a booking and talk or look into the retreats. This is an extraordinary lady. This has been an incredible experience. And for me and Benny and my horses, it's the beginning of the Wild Woman retreats. So we'll take it from there.
Incredible. Thank you so much, Lisa. Have a fantastic day. Thank
Thank
you for your
you.
time. Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye now.
Okay, bye.